Welcome back to Teddy Talks here at RE Plus 2025. We are excited. We've got a happy hour going next door, so if you hear a little bit of noise or some ruckus, that's what's going on. APsystems is sponsoring us and sponsoring that happy hour. But right now, we have Real, the CEO of BayWa. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about you. Introduce yourself. Tell us about your company.
Yeah, happy to be here. So I'm Real Bouchard. Been in the industry since about 2006. So a long time ago, back in the early 2000s, started in the oil and gas market, and we were supplying solar to the remote power stations way back then. So really, it's an industry that kept us going back in the day when there was really no grid tie to speak of in Canada. So I've been doing that, been really fortunate to try different roles within the company and just kind of sink my teeth into different areas, and finally found something that really stuck in the finance world really for me in operations, and that's what I enjoyed doing. And then, you know, through as life will take you, went through a few different iterations, different companies, and was fortunate enough to start or to join a startup in 2016, and in that one, we grew the company to a point where I think we were attractive enough for a company to look to buy us, and that's when
wonderful.
BayWa came along in 2019, and they bought us at that point in time, and I took over officially as CEO at that point in time. But it's been a great ride, and it's been something where, you know, I get, you know, a lot of that ground up experience from you know, just running the business, understanding the industry, getting to know the customers, the vendors, and you name it. So that's in a nutshell, that's me.
That's wonderful, and it's exciting to see an entrepreneur mindset of like, hey, this is what we're going to do. I don't know where it's going to go or what's going to come of it, but I know there's a need. We figured out this. Now, how do we make it grow and bigger? And then all of a sudden, you got a company knocking on your door and saying, hey, we like what you did. Yeah, so that's pretty impressive. What has been one of your biggest successes through your career path or that industry that you're in?
Yeah, well, I think we'll go back to that too, and I think so. The early days when I started with Conergy way back in the day, you know, fortunate enough to go through what a merger looked like, and you know, and just kind of get that experience at a really early age, and young age. And ultimately, I would say that probably the biggest success is when we finally closed with selling our own company. Because as an entrepreneur, that's what you're kind of looking for. You either look for, hey, this is something I'm going to do forever, and I'm going to continue pushing it, or I'm going to look for an exit of some sort. And it just happened to be that you know, that time came along. I finished my MBA in 2016, and then kind of the planets aligned, if you will. And so I think taking a company through that process was, you know, really, I talk to a lot of friends of mine, and I don't know too many of them that get that opportunity. So I feel really fortunate to be able to have been part of it with a great team. So
yeah, and that's important. You talk about it, but there's always a team behind it. There's always other people behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Even here for this, like, there's so many people involved with your life.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, they're there. They're supporting me. There could be family, friends, business associates, employees. Like,
Yeah.
And so it's important to recognize that. It's the head, it's the face, but behind that is tons of people, tons of support.
Absolutely.
So yeah. All right, tell me, what does Real do when he's not at work? When he's not in a suit, what do you do?
Yeah, I think I'm at my most comfortable when I'm not in the suit, to be honest with you, Teddy. But so you know, I'm big into sports, always have been, and I've been really fortunate. I've had some great coaches in my life, and I've got 2 young children, and so I like to be involved as much as I can. So where I coach a lot, I really get involved in that way in the community, and so that's kind of the big thing, big outdoorsman. So I like to do stuff like that. I like to hunt, I like to fish, I like to, you know, kind of just get out in the open air, and I find it therapeutic, to be honest. So that's me, and you know, and so I try to give back through sport as well. That's one of the best ways I know how. So been fortunate to do that too.
Okay.
Great.
Favorite sport? What do you like to coach? What do you like to do or play?
Well, I got to say, it's a toss-up. Right now, I coach hockey and I coach baseball, 2 different seasons.
Yeah.
I really like the baseball, I got to tell you. Never played it in my life.
No?
And that's the beauty, I think, of organized sports is that you don't have to be the subject matter expert, but
Yeah.
it's got to be somebody that the kids can look up to. And listen, I know enough about baseball to be able to teach, I think, probably younger kids, but I'm not going to take it to the next level, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, so I enjoy that one, but you get to get involved either way you go. So it's a toss up for me. And hockey's a much longer season, so we're talking 6 months usually.
Yep.
And baseball, something more in the 2.5, 3 months. So both are fun in different ways. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in the U.S., I mean, it's almost the opposite. Hockey's only 2-3 months, and baseball is like 9-10 months. And travel league it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You're a tall individual. You're 6 what?
Yeah, about 6
foot.
Yeah.
And then put you on some hockey skates. I'm like, you look like a bruiser. What are you playing? Did you play hockey?
I didn't. So I played football
Okay.
actually growing up. So I was, I was a middle linebacker, and so that was my position. And I used to wrestle back in high school too, but that was a long time ago.
Are you from the States now, or you're just up in Canada, or are you from Canada originally?
From Canada originally,
Okay.
so just outside Edmonton, Alberta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got some great hockey teams around that area. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I played a little bit of hockey myself. I love it. I skate as much as I can. We've got wonderful ice out there. We actually just got a hockey team in Utah. So yeah, we got the Utah Hockey Club, now the Mammoth.
The Mammoth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were the Yetis. They wanted to be Yetis, but those
The
toolboxes
coolers
and coolers
behind,
behind
they gave
you
you
said
trouble.
no go. So there was also a conflict with the Avalanche. The Avalanche had the Yetis really long ago, and it was like a trademark. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad they went with the Mammoths. I think it's great. It does pull some history back into the sport, and I think that's kind of fun with the mascots. And I love mascots. It's impressive. So
Mascot fights are the best, aren't they?
yeah,
Yeah.
So what? You're giving back. You're coaching the community. You're doing all these amazing things. Like, where do you find the time, the energy, the effort? What refuels you, or how do you get that rest and relaxation?
Yeah, so it's a lot of support. We talked about it before, and you got your team and your family and whatever it is, and I've got a really supportive wife to be able to do a lot of these things, and so we make do that way, and flexibility is key. Certainly in the role that I'm in today, where work can be done from wherever, whatever time, and so I think you got to be a little bit careful about the boundaries you might set. But I've been, that's the biggest thing for me, and that's one of the values we live as an organization. So we really truly believe in that, and so anytime you can help people reduce stress and miss that rush hour traffic by leaving a bit earlier, but picking up, when you get home, it's valuable. It's one of those understated things that to me is not a monetary thing, but it's really a quality of work and life. And so that's probably, where I'm able to find it, a lot of flexibility. And that's where I could do that.
I think it's important, like these devices we carry around with us, email, phone, text, we're so accessible that if we don't put those parameters and boundaries on those, we can really get enveloped in work life so much we're never present. And then we lose that support where we get the pressure from home. And I know my wife, she's probably shaking her head as she's listening to this, because she knows that I'm very cognizant of when I'm not present. And I'm like, oh man, I got to put that phone away. And so I've made my phone will never ring. You'll never hear it ring. It's kind of one of those things. Is like, if I need to answer it, or if I have to go to it, I know who's calling, and I'm only going to answer those calls that I need to. So that's one thing that I've been really focused on this year. But what you have been using, you have a lot of products you're distributing. You have a lot of manufacturers coming to you. How is APsystems there, especially in the Canadian market? How we've been talking to several companies that use us exclusively.
Yeah.
How have you seen that success with us as a partner, as a manufacturer in your organization?
Yeah, so I could just give you a brief history of how we came about using AP Systems. But so our company started in 2015 by Matthew Landigan and Matt Lysak, who are here today. And so at the time, they had kind of the inverse problem that a lot of startup companies have. They had a lot of customers who wanted to buy from them. They didn't have a lot of products to choose from, and it was difficult to get through the door with, whoever it was, different inverter companies, and so, they went and they looked and they found a really good solution, one that disrupted the market, really, so to speak. And so it was a dual module microinverter. It was daisy chained. It was easy, and that's the key. It was easy. So since 2015, we've been a partner of AP Systems, and we've grown together. And so I think it's been a staple of our product lineup ever since. It has never strayed, and so continues to be a very important product for us. And we're really happy about the relationship there that we've got. And it's like with anything. There's some times that are, there's ups and downs, and you work through it, and that's really what defines your relationship, and that's no different here.
Yeah, some of the best relationships come through after a struggle, right? After that, hey, this isn't working. How do we work through this? And when you have a manufacturer and a company and even a customer or a client go lockstep in that and find the solution and get through there, then they know that it's solid. I started installing AP Systems in 2016, 2017, and it was one of the weirdest transitions because we were used to other components, one-to-ones or even string inverters, and you're like, this is easy. And I mean, it's kind of comical in one aspect that our newest microinverter is an easy one, and it's like, because it seriously is easy. It's plug and play, true plug and play. There's no hard wire, no anything to it, and it's amazing. How do we have clients find you? How do they get in touch with you, with your company distribution, if they're looking for that partner in their market?
It's a good question, and it's something I get a lot, just even in social life. People really want to talk about our industry. It's an exciting one. I think there's always a lot of questions around it, and so then people will often say to me, so what's the company you work for? And then I chuckle a little bit and I say, you're not going to know who we are, but we're a business-to-business company. So we only sell to solar installers and contractors, and so we're not out there, beating the street and being the big brand name, the household name that anybody knows. And so pretty well targeted marketing approach. We definitely support different industry associations. We're big into the digital journey within our customers too, and so working with a great marketing team to try to get the name out there in different ways, and so but even back to my experience when we first started the company, what I found was really cool was you start out this company and you're sitting there, you have some core customers, and then you're trying to find more, and people start to find you naturally too. The longer you're around, I think the more people will go to start looking like, oh, I heard that they also do this. And so a bunch of different ways, but trade shows are a great way. We talk a lot to people. We have a great sales team that are out there, working the phones and responding to leads that way. So, and we try to give back through a lot of the road shows that we'll put on in different provinces within the country as well. So we just slowly build up the name, and we don't have to go and be blasting out to everybody. We're very much about a targeted approach, and so it's worked well so far, for sure. That's awesome. Probably the best way.
No, I think that's great, and I've seen BayWa at several of the NABSHEP shows, the regional conferences, all the small pop-up shows too at other markets and vendors. We are planning some trips up north to visit Canada and figure out where we're at in that process. I'm gonna dust off my passport and get up there as well. I think that'd be great. I know that Will's got us set up with a couple contractors up there, and so it's going to be exciting to see what happens. I know that we're trying to grow our footprint all through that area, and I know that we even have some publications going up there now and helping sponsor that. So
it's been tremendous.
Yeah. If you had to leave us with one tidbit, one point of reference, it could be from your coaching, from your kids, from your life experience. Like, what is your key nugget you want to give away to people?
I think it's just, well, it's something that it seems obvious after you say it, but it's really, it's the values that bring us forward, right? So it's kind of, we thought about that as a small company. We kind of know each other, so we don't talk about our values so much because we don't need to. We're all around each other. We're immersed in it. We understand, customer first, and we look at things with a longer term vision. And so we found out through our growth journey that it was really about those values, and we had some great mentors to help us to see that, I think. But as a company, we went through the process. We defined what these core values were, and that's really the expectation when you deal with BayWa, when you deal with the individuals within our company as well. And so we look to, like I said, a number of values that we've listed, and we talk with our team about that. And so between that, between the coaching, I get to, talk with a lot of young kids, and it's not always about what the sport is it?
Yeah.
It's really more about how do you be a good person, how do you, be a good teammate, how do you be a good, player as well, and still try to excel at what you're doing. So I boil it down, that's what I would say to you, it's really about the values. And so, like I said, I think it's obvious, but it's probably the best thing I could tell you.
No, and I think almost 100% of good advice is obvious. It's just do the right thing, be that good person, be the best you can. I have a motto of, it's on most of my social medias, it's 1% better than yesterday. And so if you can strive to be better than you were yesterday, even if you were horrible or sucked yesterday, you can always start again fresh today and be better. Try to do better.
It's admitting your own mistakes and your fault and then moving forward, right, with a good path. So,
So awesome! I appreciate it, Real. We had a great conference where we've got another full half a day left today and whole day tomorrow, or half day tomorrow. Lots of meetings still left. Please stick around. Enjoy the happy hour next door. Thank you for being on. And guys, if you want to stay more connected to your network, to your community of solar installers, solar builders, and stay up to date in anything solar, stay tuned to Teddy Talks. Go Teddy Talks on YouTube, and if you're watching this, you're probably already subscribed. If not, do subscribe. And if you're here at the show right now, you can subscribe to get a Yeti toolbox and all kinds of awesome free swag. Thank you again. Have a great day.
Thanks for having me.
I hope you liked that last video. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe right here at this channel to see all the amazing updates coming from Teddy Talks. Now, we're powered by APsystems, and you'll see a lot more coming from us. Hope to see you soon.